pay attention to this. Have you ever noticed that life never asks for permission before it tests you? It doesn't send a warning. It doesn't tell you when the storm is coming. One day, everything seems normal, and the next day, your plans collapse, your heart breaks, your finances suffer, your confidence disappears, and suddenly you are standing face to face with a version of yourself you never expected to meet. A version that is exhausted. A version that is afraid. A version that wonders whether they can keep going. But here is something that the Stoics understood thousands of years ago. The obstacle is not the enemy. The obstacle is the invitation. The pain is not proof that life is against you. The pain is proof that life is trying to reveal something inside you, something stronger, something deeper, something that comfort could never create. Today, we are going to explore one of the most powerful truths ever discovered by the Stoics. The truth that your greatest struggles may actually become your greatest advantages. And if you stay until the end, you may never look at your challenges the same way again. But first, comment below. I will not break. Type it now. Make it a declaration. Because today is not about motivation. Today is about transformation. Most people spend their lives running from discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid responsibility. They avoid risk. They avoid failure. And because they avoid discomfort, they accidentally avoid growth. The Stoics saw this clearly. Marcus Aurelius understood that every hardship carried hidden value. Not because suffering is enjoyable, not because pain is good, but because pain reveals truth. Think about it. When everything is easy, you don't know who you are. When money is flowing, you don't know your character. When everyone supports you, you don't know your courage. When life is comfortable, you don't know your strength. Character is not built in comfort. Character is revealed in adversity. The strongest oak tree doesn't grow in perfect weather. It grows through storms. And so do you. The problem is that modern society has convinced people that happiness should be constant, that every day should feel good, that every challenge is somehow unfair. But the Stoics would laugh at this idea because they understood something profound. Life was never designed to be easy. Life was designed to make you stronger. Every challenge carries a lesson. Every setback contains wisdom. Every disappointment hides an opportunity. But only if you are willing to look deeper. The person who complains grows weaker. The person who learns grows stronger. This is why two people can experience the same hardship and emerge completely different. One becomes bitter. The other becomes powerful. One becomes a victim. The other becomes a warrior. The difference is perspective, and perspective changes everything. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about those words. What stands in the way becomes the way. The thing you fear most may be the very thing that transforms you. The rejection, the failure, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the struggle, the obstacle, not despite them, because of them. Many of the greatest people in history were shaped by suffering, not protected from it. The world sees the success, but it rarely sees the battle, the sleepless nights, the doubts, the failures, the sacrifices, the moments when quitting seemed easier. Every champion has a hidden story. Every success has invisible scars, and so will you. One day, people may admire your strength, but they will never fully understand the storms you survived to build it. And that is okay, because your journey was never meant to be understood by everyone. It was meant to transform you. Now let me ask you something. What challenge are you facing right now? Is it financial, emotional, physical, spiritual? Whatever it is, I want you to stop seeing it as punishment. Start seeing it as training, because that changes everything. The Stoics viewed life like a training ground. Every obstacle was an opportunity to practice virtue. Every challenge was a chance to strengthen the mind. Every hardship was a workout for the soul. Imagine if every setback became a lesson. Imagine if every failure became feedback. Imagine if every disappointment became preparation. Wouldn't life feel different? This is why Stoicism remains powerful after thousands of years, because it teaches something that modern culture often forgets. You cannot control what happens, but you can always control who you become because of what happens. That is real power. Not controlling circumstances, controlling yourself. And this brings us to one of the greatest challenges of modern life: the addiction to control. People want to control everything: the future, other people, outcomes, opinions, events. They exhaust themselves trying to manage things they were never meant to manage, and when reality refuses to cooperate, they suffer. Epictetus taught that freedom begins the moment you understand the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control other people's opinions. You cannot control the past. You cannot control whether people stay or leave, but you can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control your discipline. You can control your response. And that is enough. More than enough, because the strongest people in history were not those who controlled circumstances. They were those who mastered themselves. Think about how much suffering disappears when you stop fighting reality, when you stop demanding that life obey your expectations, when you stop arguing with what already exists. A tremendous amount of peace becomes available. Not because life becomes easier, because you become stronger. This is the hidden secret. Strength creates peace, not perfect circumstances. Strength, and strength is earned. It cannot be purchased. It cannot be borrowed. It cannot be inherited. It must be built. One difficult day at a time. One challenge at a time. One decision at a time. One victory over yourself at a time. The Stoics believed that every day presented an opportunity to practice greatness. Not greatness in fame. Not greatness in wealth. Greatness in character. Because character remains when everything else disappears. Money can vanish. Status can disappear. Beauty can fade. Possessions can be lost. But character remains. And that is why character is the ultimate investment. Every disciplined action strengthens it. Every courageous decision strengthens it. Every moment of self-control strengthens it. Every act of resilience strengthens it. The question is not whether life will challenge you. It will. The question is whether you will use those challenges to build yourself, or allow those challenges to break you. And here is the beautiful truth. You are stronger than you think. Far stronger. You have already survived things you once believed would destroy you. Think about that. There were moments you thought you would never recover. Moments when you thought the pain would last forever. Moments when you questioned everything. Yet here you are, still standing, still fighting, still moving forward. That is evidence. Evidence of strength. Evidence of resilience. Evidence of power. Sometimes we become so focused on our current struggle that we forget how many previous battles we have already survived. But your history proves something important. You are capable of more than you realize. Much more. And perhaps this is exactly why life keeps challenging you. Because there is still more strength waiting to emerge. There is still more courage waiting to awaken. There is still more wisdom waiting to develop. The version of you that exists after this struggle may be stronger than the version that entered it, but only if you refuse to quit. So comment below, I choose strength. Let's see how many future warriors are watching this video today, because what comes next may be the most important lesson of all. The Stoics understood that life is temporary. Everything changes. Everything passes. Everything ends. And strangely enough, this realization creates freedom. Because when you truly understand that time is limited, you stop wasting it. You stop postponing your dreams. You stop delaying important conversations. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop living as though tomorrow is guaranteed. You begin living with urgency, purpose, intentionality. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of mortality, not to become depressed, but to become awake, to remember that every day matters, to remember that every moment is precious, to remember that life is happening now, not someday, not next year, now. And when you understand this, your priorities change. You stop chasing distractions. You stop seeking approval. You stop living according to other people's expectations. You start becoming who you were meant to be, not eventually. Today. And so before you leave this video, I want you to remember something. Life will continue to test you. You become strong when life demands more from you than you thought you could give. Every setback is training. Every obstacle is preparation. Every challenge is shaping you into someone capable of carrying a greater purpose. The storm you're in today may become the story that inspires others tomorrow. So keep going. Keep fighting. Keep building. Keep becoming. And whenever life tries to convince you that you're not enough, remember this. You have survived every difficult day that has ever come your way. Stand firm. Guard your mind. Master yourself. Subscribe to Stoic Gateway. In the next video, we dive deeper. Check it out.